Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the flam. And if you look at your handout there, you'll see a little note and then you'll see a big note. And that could be a clue to stick height. So I recommend when trying to play a flam that you get your sticks in a similar height that you might see illustrated with the size of the notation. A little stroke and a big stroke. And then if you just go straight down, you get the flam. Okay? Real important. This, though I'm starting with the left hand, this is actually called the right-handed flam. And if you look, you see a large right-handed stroke, and then next to that is a small left-handed stroke. So what we're doing with the flam is we're adding a grace note to a quarter note. And what the purpose of a flam is to thicken the note. So if I play single taps, and I want that to be thicker, I'll add a little grace note right beforehand, so I get that thicker sounding quarter note. Okay. Most players that are right-handed actually do the left-handed flam better. The reason being is because they're comfortable starting with the right hand. And I've had drummers who try to set up for a left-handed flam with the left stroke higher, and then they end up changing it. Or they'll set up with the right-handed flam and change it to the left. Depends on what hand lead they are. So the key really is to get the stroke height set up like that. Grace notes low, primary strokes high. And go straight down. And when starting, I recommend staying with one flam for a while. This is the right-handed flam, and just practicing right-handed flams for a while. And taking as much time between each flam to try to assure that the flam, the grace note, primary stroke distance is the same. Instead of really concentrating on evenness. And then speeding them up. Left-handed flams. And then when you're going to alternate, you need to end in the setup position for the next flam. So I'm poised for right-handed flam. Now I'm all ready for the left. Now I'm ready for the right. If you wait, that's going to take too much time if you want to try to speed this up. So I'm going to demonstrate flams slow to fast to slow. Now the reason I'm able to get them that fast is because I'm actually using a bit of that one-handed roll technique we talked about earlier. But if you examine the sheet, you'll see the first flam is a right-hand flam, with the second hand hitting being the right hand. Then if you look at the next flam, it's a left-handed flam, with the first hand hitting being a right hand. So it's a bit like an overlapping double stroke roll. So it's pretty neat when you can feel how to get the sticks to do that much work and just control their rebound. And I'm using more of my front hand grip for this, thumb and index finger. I find that when I'm doing real rapid doubles or buzz rolls, this grip just seems to be the most powerful and where I can get the greatest amount of control. If I'm playing singles or slow doubles, I usually move it back to the thumb and middle finger. So my hands actually shift between front hand and mid hand grips when I play rudiments that have loud and soft notes. With this one, it stays pretty much in the front hand because I'm not really thinking accent, unaccented notes. I'm just thinking about shifting the stick height for grace note to primary stroke. Okay? With the double stroke roll, just to quickly review, I usually start out holding it very loose with my index fingers very relaxed. And as it speeds up, you'll notice my index finger starting to curl around the stick to where at the very fast speed, not only do I have a thumb and index finger grip, but I actually use a little of the middle finger to support that. So, back to that, okay? And for any of these rudiments, like with the flam, where I suggest you just practice right hand flams for a while, then just left hand. Same thing with single strokes. I think it's a good idea to work on singles, slow to fast to slow with just the right hand. Left hand. And then unison strokes are great. They sound and feel weird on a drum head. On a pad, it's ideal. When they hit exactly at the same time, it's a very hollow sound. And then you kind of get your left hand, if that's your weaker hand, to keep up with your right hand better if it can just join along with it, to where eventually you alternate them. Okay? One last little comment about singles, and this goes for our mental concepts of how to play. If I play this, and I play this, are my sticks moving faster on the second example than they did the first? How many say they're moving faster? Okay. How many say they're not? Okay, they're not. It sounds like it because I'm alternating them. A good example would be on two different drums. Or you can hear how the same hand just kept going. And when I alternate them, it's twice as fast in their sound. And really the hardest part for MIDI developing drummers to play fast single stroke rolls isn't necessarily speed, believe it or not. It's coordination. It's coordinating the speed of the right hand and the left hand so that they alternate at even enough rate of speed that they all sound quick and smooth. So that's something you want to keep in mind, is that your hand's actually probably moving faster than you realize. And it's not about getting your hand faster, it's about getting the coordination smoothed out so it's a quicker sound. All right, so the flams, again, I'm starting with the one of three dimensions of technique, controlling the motion. Then I relax to where rebound comes into play, and to where finally at the very end of it, I'm using bounce. Okay? Any questions on that?